Life lessons. Oh, you ruined my theme song. Hold on. Life lessons with Juvy. Alright, enough playing around. What is going on, folks? Now, when more people run in here, I'm going to explain some things because a few folks noticed they got a notification about a live stream earlier. They went to watch it and it wasn't there. So we're going to discuss that. Nothing bad, no worries. I didn't like snap and lose my mind and go on like some like racist tyrant, whatever, tirade, whatever. Still a little groggy, but whatever. We'll get into it. So this is basically going to be, I fixed my goddamn hood. This is basically going to be like a life lesson / like live hangout. If any of the folks out there want to throw some commentary or just some stuff in the chat, we can talk about all that. Andrew Hamill Fat, what's up? What's up? Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Enjoying life. We're doing my best to, at least. Hope all is well, brother. Hope all is well. Okay, so actually, let me just get this out of the way, the whole live stream thing. So last night, I probably got like 3-4 hours sleep. I tried to do the morning coffee, and honestly, it's just the thoughts weren't clicking. You know what I mean? My energy was off. I don't know. It's just I just didn't feel like myself while doing it. You know what I mean? You folks know I'll say whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna hold my opinions to myself or anything. I do have the show notes, so if any folks want me to kind of go over them again, we can. But yeah, it was just purely my energy was super off. I felt like just even the way I was kind of covering the show notes, like I could have done a better job. You know what I mean? So yeah, honestly, the only reason I took it down, super tired. My energy and everything was like off in the video. Excuse me. And yeah, I didn't feel like it represented what I wanted to say in the best way. So yeah, that's about it. That's all. It was just bugging me. My energy was super low, running on like no sleep. And yeah, because of that, I didn't feel like it represented really what I wanted to say about those topics or about those show notes. So yes, if anybody wants to know, I can still go over them. That's not a worry. I'll do a quick recap, actually. So we talked about yesterday's vlog, just how stressful it kind of was. Hooligan printouts, I will actually show that regardless today. The whole Tim Hortons thing, people are saying to like, they want to boycott them, but like, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of weird. We can get into it if folks want. Mother, that movie, we're going to go into a full review, but I wanted to discuss it a little bit. And just talked about how award shows, it's not really like about who's, I don't know. A lot of the time it's not really about who's the best. It's about like what that social topic is. You know what I mean? Hold on. Been there. I ended up ordering a lightsaber off of Ultra Sabers. Damn insomnia. Yeah, man. It wasn't, I don't know. When that shit happened, like, I can usually push through it, honestly. Actually, for the last while, I have been. It's just today it caught up with me, you know? Yeah, that's it. So today we're going to go into a couple of life lessons. These are some old ones. And then we're going to have a little live chat if the folks want. It all depends. Yeah. Okay, so. Bam! Welcome to the life lessons portion of this. I am your host, JuvyThaKid. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at JuvyThaKid. Good folks. God damn it. Got a lot that I was going through, and I didn't realize I had scrolled back to February 10th of last year. This particular post, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different topics. I'm not going to go through all of them, but we are going to go into a couple of them. One of my favorite actually was on this. The little homie 127. You have two choices: A, eat snails raw for the rest of your life, or B, gradually be forced to eat flakes of your own sunburned skin, creating, in fact, the first known self-sufficient cannibal. That was actually one of my favorite ones, so I think we're going to touch on that again, just to see what I come up with. Okay. I actually would love to do this first one. Hamill fat. Been around forever, man. Definitely skin. Chelsea. Oh my god, that makes so much sense to me now. I thought you... Alright. I'll explain it to you after. What's going on, Chels? Thanks for joining. Mucho appreciated. Take it easy on the espressos. Oh, yeah, Anyway. Oh yeah, just so the folks know, I am in a better mood now. I took like a fucking 2.5 hour nap. So yeah, I am still a little like waking up in here. I got my coffee. I got my PJ pants on, my little flannel ones. Yeah, but let's get into this. Hamill Fett, things that you do to entertain yourself. For example, my shenanigans tonight. Now, if I remember, this is actually where the avocados from Mexico audio clip came from, because you were being all silly shenaniganeries. Chels, good to see you happy. Oh, thank you very much. I hope you are happy as well, because I don't like seeing y'all sad. All right, let's go. Avocados from Mexico. Things that I do to entertain myself. Well, I film different things, especially nowadays, actually. You know, I've been going into these documentaries I find on YouTube, where it literally goes into like the making of an entire movie, like all the behind the scenes stuff. But there's certain ones that I aim for. Just recently, I watched the Army of Darkness one. Like, you can put "Making of Army of Darkness" documentary. It'll come up on YouTube, and it's so dope to see all the behind the scenes stuff. Greg Nicotero from The Walking Dead, he does all the zombie makeup and when Rick bites a dude's neck kind of shit. I get minor spoiler alert. That's all Greg Nicotero, and this dude worked on Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. His like, you go to his IMDb, and the movies he's worked on is like, you're like, oh shit, like, I don't know. Walking Dead has a gem with Mr. Nicotero. I will say that. So yeah, lately I've been watching a lot of documentaries about like the making of movies, because I've always loved that. When I before Blu-rays and everything, well, even now, the only way I don't know, if I can, I like to get movies like on DVD or Blu-ray. Obviously Blu-ray, because they have like all those special features and they go into the behind the scenes stuff. But if it's DVD, I make sure that they have the special features. I like seeing how they make stuff, especially like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That was so dope, especially because like for a lot of the scenes when Vienna is crumbling, I believe it's Vienna, that's all action figures in the car. Like, they painted up action figures. Like, I paint action figures. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. That was a super dope one to catch. Hamill Fett. Green screen is looking good too. Usually you can see a hue around what is in front of it, and yours looks better than some of the Star Wars on Blu-ray. Man, thank you very much for that. I try. That was one of the frustrations, but for the vlog, but we'll get into that. Yeah, things I do to entertain myself. I've been getting into reading like a lot more lately too, which I like because like I kind of fell out of it a bit. I've just been like super busy with other things. Right now, I'm actually going back and rereading a book that little Jenny Wren let me borrow. I didn't bring it down. I believe it's called The History of Ghosts, Seances, and the Paranormal. Something like that. But okay, it's by Dan Aykroyd, or he at least does an intro. And his brother, Peter Aykroyd. Let's look this up. But yeah, it's actually really cool because they have been into like ghost hunting and like the paranormal, that kind of stuff. which is funny because Dan Aykroyd went on to do Ghostbusters. But yeah, it's yes, Peter Aykroyd. That's his name. He actually like wrote a book about like ghosts and everything like that. So I'm rereading that, and I found this fucking really cool thing. What's the website? I wish I could. I'm dyslexic and really don't comprehend much unless I read shit over and over. Okay, I don't have to deal with the dyslexic part, but I'm the same way with certain things. Okay, so my problem is with some things I feel like I'm maybe grasping too high as far as like my brain can handle. Like, and I have to, like, there are certain things I have had to read like 5 times over just to like make sure that I get the information. But my brother, what I would like you to do if you're down, if you don't have one now, all you got to do, go to the library, get a library card, download the app Hoopla, or go to hoopladigital.com. They have audiobooks, and they have all types of audiobooks. If I remember correctly, they have some of the Star Wars ones on there as well. Man, I love audiobooks. That's how I basically read The American Gods before I watched the show, was on audiobook. Same with the original Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I listened to that on audiobook many times in my life. Sometimes audiobooks are a little better, man, because they actually like they set the mood as well. You know what I mean? They'll get like okay, so the American Gods one, that was a full cast production. So Shadow was voiced by somebody. Mr. Wednesday. Mr. Wednesday was voiced by somebody, and I said it on the channel. I swear it's like they had Ian McShane in mind for him. You know what I mean? But either way, yeah. It's a good way to get into reading, especially when you have some outside factor, when you're like, I want to fucking read, but like my dyslexia is kind of keeping me from having that enjoyable experience. Audiobooks, bam. So if you're down, go do that. Let me know some things that you come across. I don't know if Hoopla has it, but there's other ones called Overdrive, but another really good one by Scott Sigler, I believe his name is called Nocturnal. You would actually, Hamill, you would really like Nocturnal. Scott Sigler, yeah. Yep, Nocturnal, Scott Sigler. You would really like that one, Hamill. That's a dope one too. That's like where they have like the actors actually like fully in character and everything. They'll add music to add certain things. Yeah, you can do that. The only thing like with the Hoopla thing is that you have to have the library card because it works off their system kind of thing. So yeah. Okay, so Hamilfet is letting us know kind of like how the dyslexia for him works. I see letters and words out of sequence and numbers. It's frustrating. Man. That would be frustrating. I'm sorry you got to deal with that, man. I really am. But, like I said, audiobooks. Actually, fucking the Star Wars ones. They've done like tons and tons of those. I'm going to look at this right now for you. Hoopladigital.com. Okay. Search Star Wars. Filter audiobooks. Damn, they got a lot of stuff here, man. The World According to Star Wars. They got some Star Trek books. They have a lot of different books. I might have been they're gonna make me look like a liar about the whole Star Wars stuff, though. I have a feeling. Yeah, it seems they don't have Star Wars audiobooks. I know Audible does. Audible, I think that's a monthly subscription thing, but they have a bunch of the they have a bunch of the Star Wars audiobooks and the Game of Thrones audiobooks as well. See, the problem is I heard Nocturnal on this like more independent audiobook app, so I'll try and find that for you, and I'll send it your way. Oh, I just clicked out of the goddamn post. There we go. I saw a little comment. That sounds awesome. Bam, there you go, man. But yeah, fucking don't let dyslexia fucking keep you down, dude. Done it my whole life. I work around it. I'm hands-on. Well, yeah, that's the one thing, too. You found an outlet where you don't have to worry about writing and you don't have to worry about doing it. Like, you can just basically grab something. Man, like, I don't even know how fucking Hamill does it, folks. You need to go check his page. Like, this dude can take, like, individual, like, armor pieces, like the left chest, right chest, all that, fucking throw it together, and the thing looks like a mix of, like, a Mandalorian and Targaryen armor. Like, it's got, like, dragon spikes on the fucking shoulders. It's got a sharp, like, spine and everything. It looks, I know it's for, like, first responders, but that's what, like, it kind of reminded me of. It's, like, almost like a dragon type armor. Sorry if that, like, doesn't give it justice, Hamillfett. Either way, go to his fucking page, at Hamillfett. Hamilfet. God damn it. But yeah, I don't know how he does it, because I can't do that shit. I can paint action figures and everything, actually. Bam. I brought the Iron Bat down, for those that remember. Basically, I bought this one for super cheap off Kijiji, and painted him black and yellow, and put ears on him, so he was like Batman. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Hamillfett can make that shit like out of scratch. So, we're good. He's like the Monet of Mandalorian armor. What? That's a fire nickname for you, dude. Andrew Hamill was able to graduate and get a career. Not too bad. Just shows that you can keep a crutch or push forward and make it. Yeah, dude, absolutely. I don't know. My crutch definitely, like, has been, I get in my own way a lot. For a long time, it was drugs. Like hard drugs, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And yeah, it was one of those things. Like, you either gotta adapt and push forward, or you're gonna hold on to it and kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say hope that somebody feels bad for you or anything, but there are some people that will do that. But yeah, you have two choices. You either keep it or you make it work. You know what I'm saying? You push through it. To be honest, like, everybody watching this after or whatever should fucking go follow Hamillfett anyway. Like, when you hear me say about like UFC fighters or anything, and I'm like, their story is crazy, that they should hear, like, push more of that. Hamillfett, that could be one of those guys. His life story is, you know, he hasn't had the best time. Sometimes he's gone through some dark shit, and he's fucking pushed through it to, like, be a positive influence in people's lives. His Instagram's made me tear up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing these helmets and everything for, like, little kids going through shit, and you see these little kids wearing their helmets. Just can't do it right now. Can't. But yeah, just go support Hamillfett. Fucking, if anybody deserves support or anything, fucking he does. He works hard at his, like, passions and everything, and just being there for people. So fuck, do it. Hamillfett. Oh, I'm definitely doing one like that. It never stops. Just wish I could build with people. Oh, the whole, like, dragon armor, dude. If I was in Florida, you'd have to, like, fucking tell me, like, all right, man, like, no, I've seen you enough. Like, you can go home. I'd be at your house all the time trying to, like, build with you and learn new things. So yeah. But yes, go fucking support my brother Hamillfett. Yeah. Hamillfett. But you went through all that shit so you can save some of your hooligans. You have helped so many. Man, I appreciate that a lot. I always feel very humbled by those type of comments, and I appreciate them. I really do. So thank you very much for that, brother. Okay. Let's do this one. Oh, wait, what was this one? Hold on. Hamillfett. I feel like we all wonder this. My feeling is that if we can leave a positive impact on just one person, And in doing so, it creates a ripple effect that helps change things for generations. I feel this is the meaning of life. Man, this is a good one to go into. Yeah, here's the thing. If you can make even just like a pot, I gotta sneeze. Apologies. Oh, that would have sucked if I turned around and there was just like a booger chilling in my mustache. That would have sucked. Anyway, okay, so that's basically what we were just talking about. If you can be a positive light in somebody's like life, just even one person, don't focus on finding 1,000 people and all that. You would definitely be welcomed with open arms. Oh, thank you, brother. Hope so. That would suck if I like finally got to come chill and you're like, you wanted to hang out here? Man, I was gonna have like a beer with you at the airport bar and then like I got shit to do, you know? That would suck. Oh man. But I know you wouldn't do that shit. And I wouldn't do that to y'all. If you're ever in the Great White North, well, during the winter at least, yeah, you already know you got a hot plate of food waiting for you. But yes, if you like making a positive impact, don't try to focus on affecting everybody. You know what I mean? If you can be a positive impact in one person's life, that can make a fucking world of difference for that person, and it goes all around because they help spread that. You know what I mean? Hamill, bless you. Thank you. I don't know if you said you're meaning bless you because of the hot plate or because of the sneeze, but I'm going to take it for the sneeze. So thank you. Damn it. What was I saying? Right. So like, listen, and you never know when you're going to be that positive impact. You know what I mean? Especially in the days of social media, a lot of people like, it's just kind of like they portray that things are always going good for them. You know what I mean? And then you talk to them like behind the screen name and you're like, oh, you're going through shit, man. Like fucking talk to me. Like, you know, let's shed this character. Like, but some people can't shed the character. So what can you do? But that's the thing. Like, oh, Chells. This is very true. Happiness is contagious in a way. It absolutely is. Like, I don't know, like I'm saying, like if you can be that positive impact in somebody else's life, it doesn't have to be a fucking, you know, you don't have to go out and like buy them like a fucking BMW or something and pull up and be like, your brand new car, except for when I drove it from the dealership to here, but it's basically brand new. I left the seat warmer on. You could just be there for that person. Sneezing. Okay, we were on the same page. You can just be there for that person. You know what I mean? Just be like, hey, if you need to talk, if you need to vent, just getting some shit out, hit me up. We'll talk. Or I won't even talk. You can. And just get your shit off your chest. You know what I mean? Sometimes that can come at the right time in somebody's life. And it works for the better. More than you like realize in the original moments. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's crazy too, because like, you know, people always say like if you have kids and stuff like that, like you don't have certain thoughts. But people, even parents go through dark times, and we have our dark thoughts. You know, especially if you're, well, I don't want to say especially, but like, you know, if you're a young parent in your 20s, you're still figuring out who you are. You know what I mean? Like fucking, if I could look at I can through like the battle videos, but you know what I'm saying? Like the 21-year-old me compared to me now are fucking vastly different. It's like Jedi and Sith almost. So it's one of those things like, even though you're a parent, you still go through dark thoughts. You still have like rough times where you're like, fuck, like, I don't know if I'm good enough to do this shit. You know what I mean? And then you stumble upon one of these people, and maybe you guys start talking, and then fucking slowly but surely those thoughts start going away. They start waking up and like, you know, ready for adventure, ready for new knowledge. And it's a snowball. It's a ripple effect. You know what I mean? You drop a rock in a big pond, those ripples will affect all the way to the shore. You know? It's not just going to create little ripples and then everything calms down. Those ripples keep going. And it's not hard, you know what I mean? Just if you're going to try and be that person, make sure you're genuine about it. You're not just you know, trying to be there for some girl or some guy just so like eventually like they send you nudes or something. You know what I mean? Because that's fucking weird. I don't know. But like, yeah, if you're gonna be a positive light in somebody's life, just please be genuine about it. Don't fucking have some side intentions, because that's not really being a positive influence. Okay, Hamill. Sometimes you must let the walls fall down so others can help you build back up. I don't know why I read like that. Okay, so sometimes you must let the walls fall down so others can help build you back up. Yeah, man, sometimes that is exactly what happens. You got to let those walls down and just honestly, just bare your fucking soul and be honest with that person. Just be like, listen, I'm sorry if this is too much, but this is what's going on right now. And then hopefully that person has like a supportive response. You know what I mean? I don't know. Perfect example. Hold on. Okay. Say you're in a new relationship. Slappy? Fucking hell, that cheered me up. Cool. I'm glad, dude. Or miss, I don't know. Hope you cheered up. Anyway, okay, so example. Say you're in a newer relationship. Maybe this person's had a rough past. You know what I'm saying? That person might not feel like they deserve to be in a relationship. That person might not feel like they're good enough for you. Instead of getting mad and just being like, well, fine, if that's how you want to be, then whatever. If you really care about that person, then just, just tell them, like, listen, I know you feel like this, and I know you'd rather be by yourself, or you feel like you should be, but you could always just, like, work through it with me. You know what I mean? Just keep being there. You know what I mean? Just be a genuine, positive light in somebody's life, and hopefully it works for the better. It's not just, that person's just trying to be like a fucking troll about shit or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Chalice, true words. Yes, about like meeting somebody and like just being there or whatever. I hope so. Hamill, 38 and still trying to figure myself out. You should, man. Here's the thing. Like, I had all three of my kids before I was 18. My youngest daughter was born September 19th. My birthday's in November. So before I was 18, I had all three of my kids. I was still figuring myself out, but at the same time, I was like, God damn it, like, I got fucking kids. Like, I looked at time differently back then. Like, I literally felt like I was getting older faster than I should for some reason. You know what I mean? And then I started, like, I don't know, I cut a lot of bullshit out of my life. Probably around, I want to say like 24. Maybe. I'd say like 23, I really started wanting to just fucking get rid of all the dark attitudes and behavior, like, for good. You know what I mean? Or at least try my best to. I started this channel when I was 25. And I feel like, even since then, I've grown. You know what I mean? I've tried to make changes, cut certain habits out that I used to do a lot of the time. And yeah, I just fucking, you know what I mean? Well, I figured things out. Like, I started watching Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link. I've talked about this on the channel before. And I realized that these guys were older than me. They were in their 30s. And they were just doing this because that's what that's what they wanted to do. That's what they loved to do. I stumbled across the Joe Rogan podcast through certain stories and people that you hear on there. Excuse me. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm only in my early 20s. Like, I didn't even know how a lot of things about like the brain and everything like worked yet. You know what I mean? Like, and then just through more knowledge and hearing other actually like people much older and experienced in life than myself. They're like, man, I didn't, like, during my 20s, early 30s, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Then 35, I started to figure it out. In my 40s, got a little bit closer. When I turned 50, that's when I got it. Like, that's when everything really finally came together, or that's how they felt. You should never stop trying to figure yourself out or trying to be a better person. You know what I mean? It's just, whether you're 40, whether you're 25, if you're 25, trust me, like, if you or anything like I was, like fucking, you got a lot of shit to figure out. You know what I mean? You got to calm down first of all. Stop being so aggressive. You don't need to be like that. And yeah, like you can always keep figuring yourself out. More so actually to backpedal a little bit. You know, I was talking with my oldest. My oldest daughter's 14 now. I told her it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like you're growing and daddy's still growing. Like we're both figuring out who we are as people. But I gotta figure out how to be a better person and help you be a better person or be a good person in life. Better person. The kids, like, you know what I mean? But you folks know what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes just fucking, parents have dark thoughts too. We go through shit, and if you can just, I don't know, whether you're a parent, whether you're not a parent, you can be just like a match in a dark room. And that helps that person in ways that you never could imagine. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Be a positive person. Be genuine about it. Be there for people if you can. Chels. Exactly. Always keep growing and learning about the world and yourself no matter your age. Absolutely. Absolutely. God damn, you hooligans. You're sharp. You're sharp ones, you know? I swear, it's like some of y'all are like actually like super, super good people. Slappy, got any tips for a guy with a lot of anxiety trying to make new friends? I'm bad at it. Man, you gotta embrace being weird sometimes. For me, honestly, a lot of it was I wasn't comfortable with myself. For a long time, I actually hid the fact that I liked comic books, that I liked video games and all this. Because when I was in high school, that's what like the nerdy kids did. And then once you just kind of get comfortable with yourself, you're like, yeah, I fucking like Lord of the Rings. So what? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You start to attract the right type of people. As for like dealing with anxiety, it sucks, man, because I deal with that shit too, and sometimes it gets the better of me still. Just be yourself, dude. I try to attract the type of people that you want in your life and that you want to be. Because, okay, so if you're trying to make friends with like people who are just kind of like, they're always negative about shit, they're always like trolling people online just to talk shit and they think that's funny, that's going to start to affect your mindset as well. If you want to try and find like positive people, you know what I mean? Whether they're, they just like playing video games, like watching Walking Dead, working out, whatever it is, that starts to help you as well. And here's the thing. This is something I've learned in my life, and I'm only 27, so I still got a fuckload to learn. Sometimes it's just, man, it's like it's what you want, you know what I mean, in life. It's if you're trying to be a certain character, like if you want people to think you're a tough guy, if you want people to think like you're this or that, it's fucking, you got to shed all of that shit. You know what I mean? You got to be who you are. And like, fuck, man, it's hard. I totally understand that. At the same time, dude, like if you ever need to talk, hit me up. If you got Twitter or Instagram, it's the same name on here. So just add me and we can chat. But all I can say is, dude, just fucking take a look at yourself and why are you feeling anxious? You know what I mean? Like, why is this situation making me feel like this? Is it other people or is it me? If it's other people, you need to get them out of here. You know what I mean? If it's yourself, take just an honest look at why. Like, okay, is it because this person just gets on my nerves? Is it because I don't feel comfortable talking about certain things? Because in life, dude, you don't have time to fucking waste on people that are just going to be negative and try and fucking drag you down or keep you in that same dark place or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I was going to say. Something I've learned in my life is People who are comfortable feeling bitter about things, feeling negative about things, want you to feel the same way. And they're going to do what they can to like talk shit about other people. People who have made it through shit and want to see other people doing better because they've reached some level of success are going to help you. Like, would want to be there for you, you know what I mean? And see you doing good things. It's just, you gotta be honest with yourself. Don't try to be a character that you're not in life, you know what I mean? Don't try like to play the tough guy role or anything like that. Just be yourself. And man, it might take time, but the right people roll in, you know what I mean? For a long time, even when I was doing like the battle rap shit, you know, people thought that's who I was, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I couldn't fucking keep doing that. I had to finally strip everything away and just be myself. And through that, I've gained all of these beautiful hooligans in my life. Hamill Fett, Chels, Little Jenny Wren, Irish Fan, fucking Little Homie, Baxwar 1246. Like, it's just, there's a lot of people. And it's because I said, fuck it. I'm going to be honest with myself. If I'm going through shit, I'm going to share that with folks as well. And just people were there for me. You know what I mean? You reach out and the right people will come. Be yourself. Get on Instagram. Find people with the same interests. That's how we all found each other. Absolutely. I was going through the Star Wars hashtag on Twitter, on Instagram. Like 3-4 years ago now. And I found Hamill Fett's page. And ever since, like, me and him have been talking. It's been a fucking amazing journey. He's such a beautiful person. He's such a positive influence in other people's lives. And that's just because we had a similar interest. If you're into Game of Thrones, I'm a huge fucking Game of Thrones nerd. If you go check yesterday's vlog, I go into like a whole little history thing. Like, I love Game of Thrones. I love Walking Dead too. When those are running, or when they're like in their seasons, I always do breakdowns and I talk about them and everything. So honestly, yeah, if you want, get on Instagram right away, add me, and we'll see, like, we can chat. And yeah, just find folks with similar interests, and be yourself. You know what I mean? Anxiety, I deal with it myself. I lift and create armor. It calms me. Yes, you can always get into painting and stuff. It doesn't have to be like portraits and stuff like that. You can just be fucking throwing paint at a canvas, you know what I mean? And I've done that a few times to get emotions out. So, I don't know. Again, from Hamilfet. Slappy, you may be empathetic and feed off of others. Yes, sometimes you must get rid of those people. Yes. Can't believe I didn't touch on this. Thank you, Hamilfet. Okay, so if you're one of those people where you are actually, like, more empathetic, like how Hamilfet said, other people, like, might be making you anxious because of the way they're acting and the way they're, like, you know, kind of making the environment feel for you. You can't be around those folks. You know what I mean? If every time you're seeing somebody, they're going through an anxiety attack, chances are they're not actually having an anxiety attack and they just like to, like, get worked up about things. Some people are like that. Chels, amazing advice. Bam. So we do it the Hooligan Squad. We do what we can. Slappy, I'm not that old and understand nothing about life. Yeah, you're not alone. None of us understand much about life. I feel like people are just putting on weights on my legs. Well, you got two choices then, sir. Hold on. Again, I should stop saying sir. There's just Slappy feels like it's a guy name for some reason. Anyway. Okay, so this is where I go into one of my inspirations in life. Charles Bronson. Tom Hardy played him in a movie. Yes, get rid of those people. But here's what we do. So Charlie Bronson told the story. Now, actually, I should give him the respect. Charlie Salvador, formerly known as Charlie Bronson. He told the story. There was a flood somewhere in London. I can't remember specifically where. But a little boy got his foot caught in a crate and they couldn't get him up. Unfortunately, that little boy died from it. But Charlie Bronson said, if I was in that situation, I would tell them, cut the fucking foot off. I got things to do. You know what I mean? You either let those weights hold you in place and just keep dragging you down, or you cut the shit off and you get going. You start building up to what you want in life. Like you said, you're not that old. I'm only 27. I am still figuring my shit out. Hamill 38. He's still figuring his shit out. Trust me, that's part of life. You just got to keep learning, but you have to be open to that knowledge. You know what I mean? Open to taking new adventures. Stepping outside your comfort zone to learn more about yourself and more about the world. For no reason at all. Take a walk through a forest. For no reason. Just walk through the forest. Listen to the way the branches are moving. Listen to the way all of the traffic from outside of the forest just gets cut. And it's like somebody hit the mute button as soon as you get into there. You know what I mean? But please don't get lost. Hamill, remember, one must love oneself before they can be loved by others. Yes, you have to be comfortable with yourself. That goes back to me saying, you know, just be authentic, be genuine to who you are as a person. If you're not happy with yourself, if you're always like kind of, you know, if you're your own worst enemy, you have to do battle with that enemy and come out on top. You have to go to the fucking mountaintop in the middle of the thunderstorm. You know what I mean? You got to pull that fucking sword out and you got to fight that Black Knight. You got to fight that fucking giant samurai that's fucking just been scaring everybody. It's time to go to battle. And you got to come out on top. You know what I mean? But to do that, you got to love yourself, because that's like negative thoughts, they hate that shit. Think of it like a monster. The more you think negative about yourself, the more you dwell in those type of behavior, they're happy. They're eating. But the more you become comfortable with yourself, the more you're like, oh, look, why am I like something less because I like a certain show? Fuck you. You got to figure your shit out, man. You know what I mean? You're judging people off of a show they watch or whatever the example is. Just don't even entertain that shit. Be yourself. Love yourself. Understand who you are. For your flaws and for your strengths. You know what I mean? I haven't seen you pop up, so I'm assuming this is kind of your first time tuning into a live stream. To give you a little background about myself, I've dealt with depression and anxiety and like a lot of that shit for a lot of my life. You know what I mean? When I was younger, that made me push away a lot of people. It made me emotionally hurt a lot of people in my life. I don't want you to go through that. So please find what you're into, everything like that, and just like embrace that. Be yourself. Love yourself, because you're not alone. You're really not. I'm in Canada. Hamilfet's in the States, out in like Florida region. I'm not gonna say where specifically. Excuse me. Chels is over on the west coast of Canada. You know what I mean? We're all from different places, and the hooligans that aren't in here right now, they're all from different places. We've all dealt with a lot of the same things. We've all been through a lot of the same thoughts, and we all like a lot of the same stuff. So just don't be afraid to say something. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to embrace things that you feel others would make fun of you for, because fuck them. There's about 1,000 or more other people that are into the exact same thing that you are, and there's probably even more people that have been through a lot of the same problems or are going through the same stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta go to the mountaintop and do battle, and you gotta come down. You gotta come down the victor. Turn everything negative into a positive. Find the light in the darkness. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people don't do this. You know what I mean? They go, okay, movies. It's super easy to go and see a movie and be like, oh, that was shit. There was this wrong. There was that wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Or you could go into the movie and be like, man, like, I see what they were going for. Like, I feel like this is what the idea was. And you find what you liked. Or be like, you know, this character was badass. Certain other ones, like, they could have kind of maybe been, like, pushed to the side a little bit more. But this character was badass. I didn't really like the ending, but everything up till then was actually really dope. Just instead of like being like, oh fuck this, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking, this is all the negative, da 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 da. It's well that fucking happened, but this is probably like, this is something good about that situation, or this is something I enjoyed about that situation. Yeah. If you need anything, Hooligan Squad's here. Hit me. Last Jedi, exactly. Yes, man, that was fucking, so many people wanted to hate on that movie, and they still do. They gotta fucking relax, you know what I mean? That was a great movie. God damn. God. Alright, what are we doing now? You want to hear about the show notes? What are we doing? Any other things y'all folks want to talk about? We can. You let me know. A lot of haters. I enjoyed it. Fuck yeah, dude. It was a dope movie. Hey, and I even said it during the Last Jedi live discussion. There were certain things about Last Jedi that I didn't really enjoy. But I loved that movie. You know what I mean? Because the things that I didn't really like were very, very minor. As, like, compared to the entire fucking, like, picture of it all. They were like that. They were that much of the entire situation. You know what I mean? I like the prequels more, but it was pretty good. Hey, man, everyone's got their preferences. You know what I mean? See, here's the thing. Man, that was actually pretty chilly now. God damn. So that's the thing. A lot of folks were more into the prequels just because also that might have been what you grew up with. That's how a lot of folks are with Star Wars, at least. I grew up with the original trilogy. But I was probably like 9 or 10 when the prequels came out. We are not the storytellers, so we can't complain too much. Exactly. We're not out there doing that shit and risking our names and whatever. Prequels, right. Yeah. So it's also one of those things, man. Like, I feel like the prequels, like, if you go back and watch them, they're probably not as bad as I remember. I still super don't like Jar Jar Binks, though. I can't do it. But it's the same thing. Look, when Empire Strikes Back came out, you go back and look at like how the things were, like how the critics were, and they hated Empire Strikes Back. Like that was not a well-received movie by a lot of critics. Now it's a lot of people's like favorite Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? It's things age differently. Sometimes you got to let things marinate. They're not so great in the moment, but then you let it marinate and you go back to it. I like the prequels because I love the Clone Wars. Bam. That's a good reason. I have seen and read the comics about the Clone Wars. Oh, shit. I haven't actually seen the show too much, to be honest. Big comic book fan, though. You can find something that you love in every one of them. Yes, absolutely. Okay, bam. Let's do this. Since a lot of people like to hate on the prequels, let's talk about some bright things and dope-ass things from the prequels. Bam. Oh, actually, you can't really see. Well, right there. That's Darth Maul. Bam. Right away. Phantom Menace, we get Darth Maul. One of the coolest fucking Sith ever. We get the lightsaber battle with him, Qui-Gon, and then him, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan later. Psh, Darth Maul, enough said. Absolutely. Excuse me. Man, that was such a cool lightsaber duel. My favorite part of that duel, actually, is when the blockers, I can't remember the name right now, but those go up and you see Darth Maul just pacing back and forth because he's like, he feels this anger, he feels this like adrenaline going through him, and he just can't wait to get back to fighting. And you see Qui-Gon put his lightsaber, like the blade goes down, and he's just sitting there calm, waiting for the doors to open again. And as soon as they do, as soon as like choo choo choo, like you hear him like building up, and then that one opens, it's like fucking, he goes from meditating to let's go Rambo, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, it's such a cool moment because you literally see Jedi where it's so calm and just chill, relax, wait, and you see Sith just pacing back and forth like, I'm gonna fucking cut you. That was a great fucking, I don't like sand, and it's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere. Man, okay, I was not a big fan of Hayden Christensen, but like I said, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give it another shot. But when I was younger, that is actually something that made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie, because I just thought it was funny. You know what I mean? The Skywalkers are kind of attached to sand. You know what I mean? It's like fucking, think about Tatooine. Jesus Christ, Force Awakens. You know, I'm not saying Rey is the Skywalker, but I'm just saying the main character that we meet, sand. She's around sand. Like, I don't know. It made sense. So let's go to the second, excuse me, Mom. Let's go to the second prequel. Clone Wars. Or no, sorry, Attack of the Clones. I believe that's what it was called. If I remember correctly, that's where we see Obi-Wan versus Jango Fett. That's how they hid the twins in the sand. They just buried the kids in the sand. Like, they'll figure it out. It'll be like baby turtles. They'll just pop up and kind of like scoot their way to freedom. That's how Jedis are born, folks. Like baby turtles. So yeah, Attack of the Clones, which we got, if I remember correctly, we get Obi-Wan versus Jango Fett, which is super badass. We see, what is it? Goddamn, I just had a brain fart. Vader hated sand. Yeah, probably. Gets all up in his speakers and everything, his breathing tubes. You're fucked. That's not good for somebody with asthma like he has. Goddamn. I love Darth Vader though. Don't get that twisted out there, folks. You see a young Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones. Super badass for me. I actually have a figure of Jango Fett and young Boba. And that's where you do start seeing Anakin kind of making that change and struggling with a lot of things. Revenge of the Sith, Part 3. Man, I gotta go back and watch that, because the only thing I kind of remember is the lightsaber duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan, which was super... Like, I liked that in its moment for me, because, like, okay, I may have not liked the acting and the whole, you were the chosen one, but I joke around about it. You know what I mean? That's not a serious thing. But that's the moment where we see like the birth of Vader. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I gotta go back and watch Revenge of the Sith. I feel like it might actually be a lot better than I give it credit for right now, and that I remember. So I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch those. But there's badass things in all of them. I don't know. And hey, sometimes things get too ambitious. You know what I mean? You kind of throw too much into the script or the movie, and you can't like go back and fix it. So I don't know. It's up to the audience to kind of like just either deal with it or be like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't a big one for me. Hopefully the next one's better or whatever. You know what I mean? Slappy, Attack of the Clones, Count freaking... Oh, shit. Thank you. I totally... Man, he gets a lot of shit. Count Dooku was sweet. And I loved his, like, old school, like, almost, like, bent lightsaber hilt. You know what I mean? It's just... Man. Oh, and the... People... I saw a lot of people saying, like, oh, The Last Jedi finally showed people, like, getting their heads cut off. If you go back... You see Anakin take Count Dooku's head off. So, I don't know. That type of shit's always been in Star Wars, folks. But yeah, goddamn. If I remember, he is played by Christopher Lee. Is that Christopher Lee? Shouldn't have just shut my computer down. He's a super, super, like, established actor. Played Saruman in Lord of the Rings. He also, I believe... played Dracula way, way back in the day. But yes, Count Dooku. Oh, also, fucking General Grievous. He was kind of cool. I don't know. I still got to put these up, too. Hold on. Let me get these out of here. Still got to put all these up. My Star Wars things from the calendar. I don't have Count Dooku, but I got General Grievous there. And I do have Anakin... pre-Vader and Vader, so I'm going to put those side by side. Where are we? Yep, here we go. I'll show you. Yeah. Pre-Vader and then Vader. So that's kind of cool. Put those together. Get those on the wall soon. Vader and Kylo were very similar. Both had temper tantrums. Cannot wait to see how Kylo turns into the badass that Vader was. I talked about this on the Last Jedi live stream. Listen, yes, Vader killed his master in a way, but it was in the moment of redemption. If you've seen Last Jedi, you know where I'm going with this. But I'm not going to fucking spoil it and whatever. But let's just say Kylo is doing shit that Vader didn't do, like in his run as like Vader. You know what I mean? And most expensive damn hilt. My favorite. Yeah, Count Dooku's. Fuck, I've seen a few that's like super expensive. Sorry I turned this into Star Wars. I have issues. What? Fuck, what? Oh God, I love Star Wars. Look at this. This is what's sitting in front of my phone right now, folks. Okay? That's what's in front of my phone right now. On my desk right here. Okay? I always welcome the Star Wars. There we go. I always welcome Star Wars. God, Star Wars is a part of my life. It's been a part of my life since I was a kid. I got a goddamn face tattoo. You know what I mean? Do I? Oh, my Kylo. Whatever. I'll show it later. Or something. But my Kylo Ren saber is actually over there on the wall. I still got to bring my Vader down. And then my Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi hilt. It's not the fancy Black Series ones, but I like them still. Actually, you know what? Let's show this because I don't know if Slappy's still in here, but... Oh. So this is the weapon wall. Welcome, welcome. I don't have the power bar turned on. Duh. So this was actually like, I found these at the Disney store. Not bad. Not bad. I've actually used these in quite a few videos. Yeah. And when you hit it, it actually like fucking vibrates and stuff. And come on, it extends from the hilt and goes back into it. I love that they did that. Let's get you back on here. There we go. Yeah. Savage's spear. A couple little guns. Predator mask. Kind of like a Batman mace kind of thing. Bloody thing. Apron. Jason's machete. A Batman gun. Yeah. A little flintlock pistol. Christmas Village. You just gotta, you know what I mean? Don't worry about what other people say. Just do what you like and have fun doing it. Oh, okay. So, I saw some comments. Slappy, damn. Hamill, love it. Yeah, so those are super dope, dude. Those, like I said, I got those from the Disney store at the like Georgian Mall here. Fucking super dope. Damn it, what did I just see? Check out Ultra Sabers, badass. I'm gonna have to check those out. I think actually one of my son, one of his friends in his class, I think got him one, like the same one kind of thing. They seem pretty cool. Like fucking, I don't know if it's the same one that you have, where it's like it changes colors, where you like I don't know. His is cool. You do like the fucking twirling shit, and it goes from like red to purple to blue. It's, I don't know. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, I will have to check those out. Ultra Sabers. Slappy. I wonder what the first movies your children saw. My oldest, the first movie she really saw was the SpongeBob movie. Used to watch that every day, all day with her. In theaters though, it was Happy Feet, the first one. My son, I couldn't narrow it down for the first like movie that he actually like saw in his life, but the first one he went to theaters for was Kung Fu Panda 2. My youngest, what was her first movie? I feel like she didn't go to the theater for a while. Damn, can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Can't remember. But my kids have also like seen a ton of different movies now. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. I fucking love SpongeBob. I don't even care what y'all say. SpongeBob is the shit. But yeah, even now though, my kids have seen a lot of different movies. I don't know. I'm a pretty easygoing parent. You know what I mean? They understand like what to say in real life, what not to say, how to be. You know what I mean? Just be a respectful person. Yeah. Like my son, I've let my son play Grand Theft Auto, like just like driving around in the cars, and you can't help it. Like you bump a car and somebody swears at you, and he'd like turn around and be like, "I know not to say that, Dad." You know what I mean? So it's all about how you raise your kids and whatever. I don't know. My kids have seen John Wick. They love John Wick. Jesus Christ, it's been over an hour? Huh. But yeah. What was the first movie I don't know. First movie I ever remember watching in theaters was actually A New Hope. Because there was a showing at, I want to say the Scarborough Town Center in Toronto, but I might be wrong on that. But yeah. First movie I remember seeing was Star Wars, A New Hope. And then after that, really like the first Three Ninjas, Wayne's World, and The Crow. Always fun with the live stream. Yeah, man. Try to be anyway. Okay, actually, what's off? Bam. Printed this out for Dean Wild. Bringing that up this weekend. If any of you folks want some of those, let me know. You know what I mean? I'm going to try, like, I did a quick print, so it has, like, that border to it. Some people don't care. Some people do. You know what I mean? Hello! Oh, that was Hamill Fett's comment, so. But yeah, if any of you folks, any of the pics that I've edited up on the Instagram of you or of me you want, just hit me up, let me know, and we'll get those sorted out for you. Yeah. Couple of these that I want to talk about real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay. Hooligan Squad printouts. Yesterday's vlog. Oh, Slappy, just wondering, where are you from? I am in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Canada. Right now, the very white north. I'm talking about snow, not people. Hashtag no racist. But yeah, I'm in Barrie, Ontario. That's where I'm from. I don't know. That's also on my Instagram. So like, if anybody sees this and they're like, you shouldn't say that. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you can fucking figure that out. Promise you that. But yeah, I am from Canada. Arnold's voice. Oh, for the halal thing. But yes, okay. So yesterday's vlog. I want to get this out of the way because it's fucking weighing on my mind. Tried to film yesterday. There was just fucking so many things happening during filming. Literally, like, I wanted to do the Splinter Cell thing, but the setup just, like, for some reason, there was too much glare on the TV. I don't know if it's because of the fucking snow or what. Yeah, so that setup wasn't working. The Space Stalker VR game just, for some reason, would not just, like, start and actually, like, run properly. And then I did the Star Wars 360. It was enjoyable, but that footage was a little like fucking choppy and everything. Like I noticed that while I was watching it. So that was a little frustrating. And then I think it's just like, I don't think I can wear like a white t-shirt when I'm doing the green screen stuff, because it gets too like, if you notice across here, like it gets really pixely and just like really fucking grainy. And honestly, that bugged the shit out of me, because I feel like sometimes you see the green screen footage for the VR, like horror stuff or whatever, and like I feel like I see it and I'm like, I fucking got it. You know what I mean? But then other times, like yesterday, I'm like, God damn it. It didn't work the way I would like it to. But still, the hooligans enjoyed it, so that's what matters at the end of the day. But yeah, it was just, yesterday was a super frustrating vlog. And then, you know what I mean, like, meaning to include the Game of Thrones, like, fucking skip time for people, and I put the text file there to edit, but I didn't actually include the skip time. It was a rough one yesterday. If you're new to the channel, I promise, not all the vlogs end up like that. Slappy, I gotta go, but followed you on Instagram and subscribed. Oh, shit! Appreciate that. Welcome to the Hooligan Squad. Hope y'all have a great evening. Hope you have a good night. I'm going to hit you back with a follow. We can chat it up if you want. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Keep your head up, too. But yeah, always enjoyable. I think that you helped another today. I hope so. I really hope so. I don't like having people walking around sad and feeling like they're alone, man. We've all been there, and we just, I don't know, we got to take that moment to really, like, I don't know, reach out to other people. Hopefully they can be honest with us and really, like, we have those moments where, like, well, fuck, I'm not alone. Other people think like this too. You've had this thought too about your, what? You know what I mean? It changes the way you can deal with stuff sometimes. So, I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. But yes, yesterday's vlog, goddamn. It was a frustrating one, but we got her done. The hooligans seem to like it still, so that's good. That's good. 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 What else? I think that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some dinner. Gotta eat still. Man, over an hour. Goddamn, folks. Goddamn. You're too beautiful for words. You damn hooligans, you're too beautiful for words. You really are. Hamill, Slappy, Chells, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Anybody else who didn't get to jump in the chat, thank you for tuning in as well. Hamill, we are definitely not alone, and you keep helping others. That's why I love you. Enjoy dinner. Mucho love, brother. You always know my heart's with you. But yeah, appreciate those kind words as always. It's always a very humbling thing to read. So yes, I'm off to eat dinner. Thank you for tuning in. If you're catching this afterwards, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. Might not reply, but as long as it's positive, I read them all, and I give a little thumbs up so that you know I've read it. Also, if you want to support the channel, Patreon in the description, and TeePublic Store. Want Hooligan Squad designs? Keep being weird on a coffee cup, a travel mug, a notebook, a hardcover notebook, shirts of all kinds for your body. teepublic.com/JuvyThaKid. They'll all pop up. Links in description. Mucho love, hooligans. I love y'all. I really do. You're fucking beautiful. Awkward outro. I'm pressing the buttons. Stopping the stream now, yeah.